Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is JJ and today I have another pick a card here for you guys. So the theme of this pick a card is going to be, what type of healer are you? So again, whether you identify with that title or not, we all have healing abilities. I am a big advocate of that. I do believe everyone is very intuitive, so this is just to confirm some things, or maybe help you see with what elements do you work better with, or maybe there's something that you can implement into your healing practice, or just, you know, sometimes we're like, what kind of healer am I? You know, so if that's something that you're interested, keep watching. Like always, all my information is in the description box below. My email, my PO box, my Facebook page, my Instagram, all of that good stuff is in the description box. Of course, every single timestamp for each individual stack is pinned always in the comment section. So option 1, we have this beautiful uncle brace, I was gonna say bracelet, but pendant. So maybe some of you own a bracelet that an uncle gave you. For number 2, we have this beautiful amethyst, and number 3, we have this beautiful heart pendant. So they're all pendants, or yeah, they're all pendants. Interesting. So again, if you are not ready, pause the video. Whenever you are ready, you can fast forward to your selected option. So let's get started. So those of you who picked option 1, let's see, what type of healer are you? I feel like for some of you, your uncle was a healer, or maybe family members of yours were healers. Okay, I feel like you have a golden aura to you, or a golden light to you. I feel like, I don't know why I'm getting this energy of you're very grounded, or you're very in touch with Mother Earth. We will see what the cards say. What type of healer are you? For some of you, I feel like your uncle is a guide. So if you have an uncle that passed away, I feel like this uncle is here with you. And I feel like they show you the number 222. I don't know why I'm getting that, but that's what I'm getting. I also am getting Harry Potter. I don't know, maybe because the shape of the amethyst looks like a witch hat or a Harry Potter hat. I don't know, but so maybe some of you are fans of Harry Potter. Or maybe your uncle was. I don't know. Okay, Grand Cross, you are a provoker. Okay, you provoke things in people. You provoke things in your life. I feel like you're someone who just inspires people. You're someone who works very much with the fire element, I feel. So maybe you burn candles. Maybe you like saging. Maybe, even though some people say sage is air element, but I also think I'm getting sage, a lot of sage. So I don't know if you guys work with sage, but I feel like a lot of candle magic, fire element here. You implement a lot of fire element into what you do. I feel like when you do something, you're the type of healer that you do it because you're passionate about it. Okay, it's kind of like you really are passionate about this. It's not something that you do because, you know, for other reasons. I feel like you just really love this. I feel like you're a well-rounded healer as well. I feel like you use all the elements, but you use or you associate a lot with fire, or you might be a fire sign. But I feel like most importantly, you provoke things in people. You provoke emotions in people, or you spark their fire, you spark their passion in some way. The Moon. So you're very intuitive. Okay. You're a very intuitive soul. I feel like you're able to see between the veil here with the Moon. You're able to see between worlds, between I feel like you're someone that, again, that goes with the flow of things. You're someone that you don't have like a set practice in your healing. It's not like you just work with one thing. I feel like you implement a lot of different things into your practice. It's kind of like what I feel intuitively at the moment. It's what I go with. I'm also getting here, you inspire people. right? You tell people. That's why I feel like you provoke people. You're like, you can do this. I know you can. You kind of push people too. It's part of that. That's part of your big healing practice. And then we have the Empress. So a lot of major arcana. I feel like you're very nurturing at the same time, because we have the mother figure here, and the moon is associated with Cancer, motherly energy. You might be a Libra, a Taurus, or a Cancer, Pisces, okay? It's kind of the energy that I'm picking up, or a fire sign. I feel like you're very creative in your approach, or you need creativity. You need that excitement in your practice. I feel like if it becomes too much of a routine, you don't like it anymore. But again, I feel like you empower people, you heal people, you nurture people. You're a great manifester as well, is kind of what I'm hearing here. You might work with a lot of, I'm getting candles. I don't know why I keep seeing candles. Yeah, 9 of Swords. I feel like you help people see through their fears. You help people overcome these fears and make them see that these fears are all in their head, and that they have the power to overcome this fear that they have. That's why I feel like you provoke them. You push them to overcome things that they thought they could never overcome. You empower them in some way. By the book. Number 11, you guide people. I feel like people come to you for guidance. I feel like because they see you as the Empress in some way. They see you as kind of like you're very well off, or you have a very good life, so they come to you. By the book as well, I'm kind of getting this, again, this thing that you don't like to do things by the book. You like to provoke things. You like to shake things up. You're like, we're supposed to do things like this, but I'm going the other way around. Make your dreams real. You're a weaver. You're able to weave things. You're able to, again, manifest things, to bring things into fruition in your life. Not only that, but you're able to empower people, to tell them like, hey, you can be the weaver of your life. The spider is a lot of feminine energy here. A lot of feminine energy. So maybe you're very in tune with your feminine side. You might work with spider energy. I know a lot of healers do. I feel like you inspire people. This is a lot of like inspires. I don't know how many times I've said it already, but it's Spirit is saying inspire. You inspire. Also feel like for you to do your healing practice, you need that inspiration, or else you just don't. I feel like you just don't do it, or you don't feel motivated to do it. You help people release. Yeah, release fears, release mental blockages, release things that are holding them back, because I feel like you allow them to fly. You give them the wings to fly. You, like I said, you empower them. You provoke them too. Meditation, peace, and serenity. So you might be a healer who, again, likes to dive deep into things, because you see beyond the veil. You help people release, or help them when they're drowning, when they feel like they're drowning, when they feel like there's no one else coming here to rescue me. It's kind of like you throw in the life thing, I don't even know what's it called, you guys. The life jacket, I'm guessing, and you rescue them. You're like, because I've been here. I feel like you're a healer who has gone through these 9 of Swords. I don't feel like you're a healer that just hasn't experience things. I feel like you're one of those healers who has been in this energy of like, I've tried doing things by the book. I tried doing things how they're supposed to, but they don't work for me. Okay. And I feel like those are the type of clients that you work with, or the type of people who are drawn to you. I feel like, again, you found yourself in many situations where you feel like you've drowned, like you couldn't breathe in certain situations, and because of that you're comfortable in that. You're like, it's okay, I'm gonna get you out, I'm gonna get you floating so you can move on with your life, so you can see. It's kind of like, I feel like the people that come to you for your healing services, or just people in general, because some of you might like the title, some of you don't, I feel like the people that come to you are people who are in this moment, Nine of Swords and in the water. And I feel like you're able to just, you know, rescue them and get them to safe land. I feel like you're someone who meditates, like I said. You're someone who's very peaceful too. Maybe you don't speak a lot. Maybe you're not out in the public a lot. Maybe you're someone who does things a little bit behind the scenes. You just do it with people that you trust, with people that seem like they're your soul tribe, or people who are in your community. I feel like you're very in tune too with the emotions of people. You're someone who can really feel the emotions. Like, people don't really have to speak in order for you to kind of, you might have a water moon, okay, in your chart, because I feel like, or a Venus, your Venus sign might be in water, because I feel like you're able to kind of like absorb people's emotions without them even saying anything. You could just kind of feel that they need help, or you're drawn to these people, and you're able to transform those negative emotions into positive emotions, and really empower them to become the Empress or the Emperor of their own life. And then we have from Isis, we have stay true and be in your power. Exactly. You empower people. You tell people it's okay to be authentic. You don't need to do things by the book. You don't need to do things how society wants you to do things. You just really, I feel like because you are unique, you are different. And so you stay in your power. And because people see you, that the Empress doesn't, she's all the queens in one. And if you're a male, all the kings in one, right? So I feel like you're someone who walks in their power, stays in their power, and you rebel against what doesn't work for you. And I feel like that's why people are so drawn to you or come to you for advice. And you do that. You hold space for people to, again, stay true and be in their own power and be their authentic self without judging them, without making them feel ridiculed in any way. And again, that's why I'm saying, like, you hold space for them. You're someone who just is there, you know, just there with them. Maybe you listen to them, maybe you, I feel like just even being around someone, you're able to transmute that energy to other people. But I do feel like you guys do practice a modality of some sort. I feel like you consciously chosen in a practice to study here. So maybe you do runes, maybe you do candle magic, a ritual of some sort, meditation. And then we have soul family. That is beautiful. Calling your tribe, you don't have to do it alone. Exactly. You tell people, like, you know, you're not the only one. There's more people like you. So you might motivate people, like you might be even, you know, like have workshops of some sort where you're able to kind of work with your soul tribe and motivate them and get them going. Kind of Queen of Wands vibe here. You have this divine authority about you, and people feel that and they sense that. I just heard you don't even know how you do things, you just do them. Like, I don't know who this is for, but it's kind of like, I don't know how things happen. They just happen for me. And I feel like because you're a natural weaver, you're able to naturally manifest things. And then we have artist. So again, you're very creative. You don't have a set way of doing things. And this guy is submerged in water. So water is all about creativity, going with the flow. Like I said, you don't have a specific routine. It's kind of like what I feel in the moment. It's kind of what I do. I feel like for you guys, though, your healing what type of healer are you? I feel like you're a healer who might work like in small group of people with like a soul tribe. You're not really someone who is out there publicly saying what you do. I feel like you really hold it behind the scenes, or you just have like a certain specific group of people. I do feel like you are very intuitive. You're very, but again, you're very creative. So it might not be your usual way. You might not resonate with every other healer out there. You might be very eccentric, very unique in the way you do your healing practice, or the way you go about with your clients. And spirit is really telling me to tell you that that is okay, because you don't shouldn't feel bad that you are different than other people, because spirit is saying what you do or how you do things is exactly how your tribe needs it at that time, because you are meant to work with a subgroup of people. I feel like also you're a healer that is supposed to work with people. Okay, you're supposed to, I feel like you have a gift. Seeing beyond the veil keeps coming up. So I feel like you're able to see patterns. You're able to see the grand scheme of things. And really, I also feel like you're able to tap into the vibrations of, I'm hearing you're able to kind of already feel, I don't know if you guys are like that. I know I am like that, but I'm picking it up for this group as well. It's kind of like you're able to sense, like right now here where I live in Los Angeles, we're still in summer, we're about to transition to fall, and I don't know when that happens, but I could usually sense when that transition is coming just by the wind, just by the weather. I'm like, oh, okay, we're making that transition. So you're able to detect energies from the world through the weather. You're like an omen reader, if that makes sense. I also feel like you're very connected to the animal kingdom here. Runes are coming up as well, so I don't know if you implement runes, or you should be working with runes, or if you thought about it, you should. I also feel like you're a powerful channeler. You're able to channel things. I'm trying to see if I can get anything else before I move to the next group. Let me look at the cards here. I feel like you're able to bring a sense of hope to people in their moment of desperation. You're able to tell them like, hey, you know, the sun will rise up for you again. I feel like animals, especially birds, come to you. You receive messages through birds. I also feel like you're a powerful dream, like your dreams are very powerful. They might be prophetic for some of you. I'm also seeing someone uses hair on their candles. I don't know. I'm seeing someone putting hair on a candle. I feel like you also work a lot with numbers. Okay, your guides communicate with you through numbers. But I feel like you're a healer who saves people, who rescues people, who empowers them, who motivates them. Someone who holds space for people, someone who tells them, hey, you know, you can make your life whatever it is that you dream of. You can create beautiful things. I feel like you're also able to really see the positive and the negative in people, and you know that it's something that we need to embrace. It's something that we need to incorporate into our practice. You're someone who incorporates both energies, you know, the dark and the light, and the feminine and the masculine energies. So you're someone who's very balanced. You're someone that, again, you've learned through experience. You did your own healing first before you went and started healing other people or started your healing practice. And I feel like that's how you may have stumbled into healing, or that's how you may have found your calling, is by you healing yourself, finding a way to heal yourself. And then you were like, oh, you know, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is what all of this was meant for me to get on my path. Make sure you are cleansing yourself. I am picking that up because, again, you absorb a lot, and you need to be cleansing yourself all the time. That's why maybe I keep seeing sage. You know, make sure you are saging yourself. Make sure you are around water. I feel like your power is really heightened when there is you work with the lunar cycles as well. I am picking that up. I feel like you also, again, your intuition, or you love being around water. Water is very important for you. Fire and water, again, polar opposites. That idea of, I feel like you're someone that is like, it's neither black or white. There's shades in between. We have to honor both of them. We need to implement both of them. We need to remain balanced. You're someone who's very wise. You're someone, again, that you have bloomed through adversity. They're showing me a lotus flower. And again, you inspire people because you stay true to who you are, and you live from a place of your true power and your authenticity. And because of that, I feel like people are drawn to you. That's the type of healer you are. You motivate people, you empower people, you walk your talk, and you remind people that we are great manifestors of our destiny. So now I'm going to move to option 2. So for those of you who picked option 2, we have the beautiful amethyst pendant here. Very beautiful. I'm getting medicine woman, medicine man energies. I feel like you're very intuitive. Okay, let's look at your cards. I feel like you're able to point things out. I don't know why that's coming up, but that's what I'm getting. The Grand Trine, blessings. A point again. Okay. I just heard you're a blessing to people. So that is beautiful. The 5 of Pentacles. Okay, so I feel like... Okay, hold on. Let me just pull the cards because I'm getting 9 of Pentacles. I feel like you're type of a lone wolf. 6 of Pentacles. You're very generous. You like to help people. You have a generous soul. I feel like, just looking at these cards, let me move these. Okay. I feel like, again, that's why they're saying you're a blessing to people, because you're always willing to help. Always. You're always willing to be a helpful hand. I feel like you work with charity, or you're always involved in helping the collective, or there's something about, again, charities here. I don't know if you like working with I don't know what's it called when you're like doing all this volunteer work. There we go. Volunteer work. I feel like you're able to provide shelter for people in their time of need. You're a safe place. You're a safe haven for people. But I also feel like you like to be alone to recharge. You're someone who maybe even has your own business, your own healing business here. And I feel like you make a really good amount of money, or you will be making a good amount of money if you're starting your healing practice. I feel like you'll be put in a position in which you'll be able to help those in need. I just heard outcast, so I don't know if maybe you help the outcast. So maybe, you know, the homeless, or the people with mental health illness, or people who are considered social outcasts in some way. The margin, you guys, I'm so bad at this. The margins, I feel. The fates. Wow. I feel like you're a star being, starlight, star being. I feel like you're connected to the stars. Maybe you use astrology. Maybe you use tarot even, I'm picking up for some of you. You're someone who embraces the in-between. Yeah, you embrace those who don't fit in, right? Because we're in the in-between, people in the middle. You're also able to see things in the in-between. I feel like you're able to help people who are in transition. That's in between. We're not here or there. We're right in the middle. Attraction. Again, there's this alone energy here. I feel like you attract things to your life very easily. Or people find you very attractive. You're maybe an attractive healer. I feel feel like you're someone that, again, works with candles coming up a lot, especially with this next card here. Follow your dreams. Master number 44. So you're someone who offers stability to people. You're someone who probably helps people find stability within themselves and tell them like, hey, you know, what you want is doable. Go after it. You might work with like scrying. I feel like you might do rituals. There's runes here as well. He's holding a broom. Rituals with the broom. Let's see. Goddess of 10,000 names. I feel like you work with the energy of the mother, the daughter, and the crone. So a lot of lunar energy here. Again, you're able to see things beyond what other people see. You're someone who works with goddesses, deities. Okay, let's see the rest of your cards. Deep replenishment. I feel like you're someone who observes a lot. You need a lot of, and we saw this with option 1 as well. You need a lot of rest. You're someone who needs, you know, you could be around a lot of people, but you also attract or absorb a lot of those people's energies. And so you need to replenish your energy too. I feel like you're able to manifest a lot of things in the physical realm because a lot of pentacles here. I feel like you're someone who, you're the type of healer who, I'm getting like, I don't know if you're conscious about it or not, but you work through like workshops, classes, through art. There's something that you do in your walking life, that you work in your work and you heal people. Have you ever had like, you know, you go to a hair salon or a teacher and you just communicate with that person, or you see a piece of art, or there's an artist that heals people through their art? It's kind of like that. That's kind of the energy that I'm picking up here. I also feel like you're the type of healer who helps people because you've been in that 5 of Pentacles energy. I also feel like there's moments in your life or in your practice in which you doubt your healing abilities, or you doubt your connection to source. You're on the right path. So I feel like for many of this group, you may just started your path. You're in a transition on your path. I also feel like you help people get on the right path. Again, you know, take flight kind of situation here. Yeah, I'm just getting like this group, maybe you're not, I don't know, not all of you, of course, but I feel like for many of you, you're just beginning your practice, or you may be someone who's like, I never thought of myself as a healer and I'm just starting, because it feels kind of like the energy of new. But Spirit wants you to know that you're on the right path. I feel like you're discovering what works for you and what doesn't work for you. I feel like you believe in the law of attraction, like heavily. That's something that you do. Again, I feel like you might have an altar of some sort, because I am seeing the goddess here. So you might work with Isis herself. You might work with Hecate. Sorry, you guys can't pronounce Hecate. I'm trying to think of another. Thor. You might work with different deities. With the Yamaya, Oshun. With Mother Mary. With the Holy Death. But I kind of get the energy of like, I'm not sure what I'm doing. So So I don't know if sometimes you feel, I feel like for this group, maybe you started off with church. Like you started in a religion, but you didn't feel connected in that religion. So you're like, I'm doing my own thing, my own practice, taking a little bit of every religion that's out there and kind of making it work for myself. And I feel like Spirit is really saying, if that's the case, you know, keep doing what you're doing. It's working for you. And you shouldn't feel bad for that. But I just keep getting the marginalized, the people that are considered like the outcast, or the people that are considered different or socially different. It's kind of the people that you are drawn to. So maybe you yourself maybe were marginalized. I feel like that's what it said. That's what they're called. And that's why you're like, you know, I'm gonna work with these people and let them know. I feel like you've gotten to a point where you're now better, where you've come to accept yourself. But I'm also getting, you're kind of like these people that help people find what they want to do, like a vocation or their perfect job or career for them. So that's why I'm getting, like, I don't know if maybe you do this behind closed doors, or but I feel like you help a lot of people through your work. I don't know what you do. Everyone works in different places, but I feel like you heal people through your work. I'm trying to see if I can get anything else here. Let me look at the cards. I feel like you're able to tell people too, like, here's a window of opportunity. Why don't you go through that? Why don't you walk through that or fly through that window? I already said this, and I'm not sure, but I feel like you help people get on the right path. You motivate them, or you kind of help them on their path. So you might meet people, again, that are in transition, that are like in between two things, and you kind of help them choose what it is which path do they need to go. And they're like, oh, I never saw it like that. Thank you. Or I wasn't made aware of that, or I didn't know that. But I also feel like, yes, you like being with people, but at the same time, I feel like I'm getting shelter vibes. Like you work with some people who are in shelters, again, people who are having mental health issues, people who are outcast in some way is kind of what I'm getting. And you're like a blessing in their life. They're like, oh wow, you're like my angel in disguise. You know, you came exactly at that moment when I needed someone. But I also feel like you're very financially generous with people. You're constantly donating, doing charity work, really giving of your time too. You're very fair with your give and take as well. And I feel like that's something that you had to learn the hard way. I feel like before, or there might have been a point in your life where you gave too much and you saw that that wasn't working for you. So now you know up to what point it's fair to give. I also feel like you're helping people who are on the run of something. I don't know why I got that, but that's what I'm getting. I'm trying to see if I can get anything else here for you guys. Yeah, I feel like you're just very compassionate. You hold people. You like make them feel like they're being heard. Like they have someone they can talk to. Again, you offer them the safe haven for them. Again, you might be into astrology. You might work with the moon cycles. You might with the law of attraction, heavenly, with candles, ritual, with magic. I feel like you're very connected to the water element, to the earth element for sure. I feel like you're someone who's very grounded too. I just feel like you inspire people to create stability in their life. So I feel like, I don't know, either you work with people who don't have a sense of stability, either within themselves or in their, because there's a lot of pentacles here. They're all pentacles. So I'm going to say maybe, you know, they don't have a place to live, or they're in a very tragic situation or under hard circumstances, and you just provide that kind of stability for them until they can get back on their feet. So that is what I have for you guys. I'm really sorry. This group was a very, again, I don't know if you guys are new to this or maybe all that earth energy, I don't know, but it's just like a lot of hesitation here. So I don't know if you're hesitating in your path or you're not sure about your path, but there's a lot of hesitation here. Maybe for some of you, your wish is to kind of have your own practice and you're hesitating it, but Spirit is saying you're on the right path. You're going to get to that Nine of Pentacles, to that financial independence. So that is what I have for you guys. And now I'm going to move to option 3. So for those of you who picked option 3, what type of healer are you? We have the heart. So you might be a healer of the heart. You might be relationships, love, all types of relationships I'm hearing. Blockages of the heart. You might do chakra healing. You might be able to see things full circle, or help people see things in full circle. Let's see. The moon, the soul. So very connected to the moon. It's interesting, the moon energy came out in all 3, which I wouldn't be surprised. Healers were connected to the moon. Very intuitive, very psychic, very motherly, caring. The Emperor. Okay. The mother and the father. Temperance. Healing. You work with angels. You work with angels and guides, specifically a very strong male energy around you. I feel like you're someone who likes to have a plan to things. You're someone who doesn't like to do things at the splurge of the moment. I feel like you're someone who loves to learn, who's very pragmatic with their practice. It has to vibe with your soul or else you don't do it. It needs to be very balanced with the temperance and the number 2 here. You're very patient. I also feel like you work with a lot of angelic. You might have a very good health routine. I'm hearing you might, you know, do yoga, meditate. You might be someone who is a vegan or who really watches their diet. A lot of green. So again, resonates with that heart chakra. Maybe do a lot of male and female healing here, relationships. Astrology as well. You might be a Sagittarius or an Aries. I feel like you're someone who offers opportunities or allows people to see opportunities in something. I feel like you bring the sun. You help people see things with clarity. You might do family healing as well. Soulmate. So a lot of love healing with the heart. Yeah. Okay. So soulmate healing. Relationships. Heart healing. Heart chakra here. So you might feel that you're always attracted to people who are going through some type of relationship problem. So you kind of like Cupid in a way. Okay? Or you help people see patterns in their relationships. And be like, you know, you're repeating this pattern. You keep choosing the same type of people. I feel like you're someone who, again, has one eye closed and one eye open. So you see things. You see people for who and what they are. This and that are true. Another 2. So again, you're a very balanced person. You're someone who very cheerful, very playful. Okay, holds a lot of higher knowledge. This is Temperance ruled by Jupiter. Yes, Jupiter's Sagittarius. So you're someone who has a lot of knowledge. But this is not like book knowledge. You might have both, because the Emperor might, you know, it's very good with knowledge of the mind. But Jupiter is more of that wisdom of the gods, wisdom of higher being, wisdom of spiritual wisdom. Okay, so you're someone who is very tapped into your angels, your guides, and you're able to channel that through and help people with that, with their relationships, with matters of the heart. You help them grow. You bring growth to them. You help relationships grow as well, especially when they're going through difficult situations. Maybe you're the person or the healer that needs to be like, you know what? Maybe you focus in relationships. I'm getting a lot of relationships here. But I feel like you're someone who just helps people grow. If you're like, no, I don't do relationships, you just help them grow. You help them see patterns. You help them use their mind in their favor and not against them. I feel like you're able to shine the light in the darkness. You're able to tell people, hey, you know, this is your blind spot. Why aren't you addressing that? Why aren't you using that? Or why aren't you healing that? I feel like you're someone who works with a lot of herbs. You're someone who works with, like, you implement a lot of herbs and plants into your practice, or you like being around nature a lot. You might be someone who gardens. Again, heart, Gaia. You might use Gaia as your in your practice heavily. The Temple of Lapis Lazuli, goddess of the ancient skies. Again, a lot of wisdom. You're very connected to your guides and your angels. You're someone who is very claircognizant. I feel like you just know things. You might work or resonate a lot with the crystal lapis lazuli. We have Irama. Yeah, you help people on their journey. You help people get through obstacles. You know, people who might be like, oh, I can't walk through this, or I can't do this. It's like, you're like, yes, you can. You know, things are neither black or white. It's all a lesson for you to grow. So you might be someone who doesn't like to see things as a bad experience or as something bad. You're just like, it was just an opportunity. It was just a lesson for you to grow and to empower you on your path. You're someone who teaches. You inspire people to learn. You inspire people to grow. You inspire people to take on new things, to plant new seeds, and to watch them, you know, see the harvest of that thing that they follow through with or that they learned, especially when it comes to relationships, especially when it comes to matters of love, matters of the heart. And not only in relationships, but actually following your heart in your career and whatever it is that you do in your life. If you put your soul and heart into it, it will bring in or yield in a lot of success for you. I feel like, again, people look up to you, and that's the Emperor. People go to him to make the final decisions. I feel like you're an ancient soul. You have a lot of, whoa, okay, you work with star people. People from different civilizations. You're very tapped in, like I said, with that a temperance card. You're someone who has a very unique and high vibration. Again, you're able to help humanity transition into from fear-based to love-based reality. You help them, you know, grow. You help them, their soul growth. You're able to allow people, it's kind of like the people that come to you or that you work with are to like make an adjustment of some sort. You might be a chakra healer. You adjust the chakra system, you adjust people's vibration. If that's even possible. I mean, I don't know. You're just saying star people. You're someone who helps people see their own inner wisdom and their soul truth. You inspire people to recognize spirit. You might work with people of Cyrus. This came up in Instagram before, and I feel like it's celestial beings. You're someone who gives a lot of unconditional love in your practice, into what you do, into what you put your heart into. I'm trying to see if I can get anything else here. Yeah, you're here to, in your spiritual practice, or the type of healer is, you're here to help birth a new way and align people with their spiritual truth. And that's why they're like, it's neither this way or that way. You know, this and that are true. There's no right or way. There's no right or wrong way. It's just what is in alignment with your soul and your heart, and follow that. And that will get you across. That will get you to where you need to be. And that is what you come here to teach as a healer. That's the type of healer that you are. You're here to bring in the voice of people's heart, to listen to that voice in their heart. And, you know, and you're offering them guidance. The guidance that is not logical, right? It's not logical. How can both things be right? Right? That was weird. You know, how can both things be correct? But it's because you follow the logic of your spirit guides. You follow the logic or the voice of those angelic beings. Because you're able to perceive things from a higher level. You're able to see the logic from a higher level, you're able to see the logic in a spiritual sense. Hopefully that's making sense, because it's making more sense in my head than it is probably what I'm talking about. But you're able to see kind of like spirit's plan, and that's something that many of us here on this earth cannot do, right? We get caught up in the 3D world, in the 3D vibration. But you're here to expand people's heart, to expand people's soul and growth, and live in their truth. You're here to align people to what is true to them. You're someone who is able to just remain calm, right? Like the Emperor, you remain calm in situations that seem to be scary for other people. And now my left ear is ringing. Give me a second. You're able to see things beyond time and space. You work a lot with blue, with water energy. You're able to see the patterns and the weaving and the twisting and the turning. And you're able to see how life is just a dance. It's very important for you guys to know, is what I'm hearing, is that you offer your healing, your main healing thing is you offer unconditional love for the greatest good of all people who come across you. And that is the message that you leave them with. I'm trying to see if I can get anything else before I close reading. You're able to nourish people. It's kind of like you offer people a place for them to land safe. You nurture people. You allow them to grow, right? And it's interesting because we have this person who's growing and then we have the garden next to it. So you're able to see people's growth. Or you're like a fertilizer, if that makes sense, for them to grow. It's kind of like a great spiritual emergence here. Work with lapis lazuli, they're saying. You're someone who works with light codes, with transmissions of sound. So you may be very clairvoyant, clairaudient as well. I feel like your crown chakra is very developed. I feel like you received light codes through there and downloads through there. And so you might be very like, what do you call them? Yeah, claircognizant, where you just know things. Just know what to say when people come to you. So that is what I have for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I wish you guys the best. Take care of yourself. It was an honor. And I'm gonna go ground now. So bye, you guys.